Trying to find a camp location in Fallout 76 can be a pain, especially one that's actually useful, like one with a resource deposit, one near a station where you can sell all your goods, or one that's surrounded by water so you can have plenty of water purifiers. In this video, we're going to take a look at some of the most beautiful and useful locations in Appalachia. If you find this video helpful at all, hit that like button and subscribe for more Fallout 76 content. Let's dive into it. The first location is perfect for all you herbivores out there. This place is located in the Cranberry Bog, smack dab next to Max Farm and Creekside Sundew Grove, which is filled with cranberries. There's probably at least 20 cranberry spawns. For those that don't know, cranberries are used for cranberry cobbler, and when paired with the herbivore serum and strange in numbers, you get up to a 25% XP bonus, which is huge. So this place is perfect for those that are chasing XP. And not only in the grove there, but in this lake as well. There are tons of cranberries. Let me get rid of these mylarks real quick. Look at this, man. Here, look, cranberries. They're all over the place. You can just run around here. This whole area is filled with delicious cranberries. And you might even make a friend there, so be careful when you go. And not only do you have massive amounts of cranberries, you also have a gold extractor. There's plenty of space to set up your farm, and your cranberries are right across the way. This spot was too good not to put on this list. All right, let's jump to the next one. This location right here is located in the Cranberry Bog, right next to Watoga, which you have Watoga Station right around the corner. I love this place actually. It's nice and flat, and most importantly, it comes with two different deposits. This is the iron right here, and right across the way right here is your gold. I'm sorry, copper. Copper and iron, which are two resources you're gonna need quite often, especially for ammo production. But just because it's so flat and how close to the station it is, it's very convenient, and you won't really be bothered. There's some scorched over there that I noticed, but other than that, I think you should be okay. Another really cool thing about this location is you are right next to Drop Connection, which is an Enclave event that has a chance of dropping the Enclave Plasma Flamer Rifle. This weapon is very powerful, so don't be afraid to come over to the east side of the map to make your camp because it's beautiful over here. There's a lot of flat land and resources that are just waiting for the taking. This next location is absolutely gorgeous. This is another spot with two resource deposits. Right here, we have the steel extractor, and across the way here, we have a copper extractor. How cool is that? This spot is located right next to Vault 76. Look at that view though. That is absolutely incredible. You can't beat that. Yeah, that's Monongah Power Plant, clear across the map. That is too freaking cool. There's Morgantown and all that. That's absolutely gorgeous. This is probably one of my favorite spots, but I'll probably say that about a lot of these locations. All right, let's move on. Real quick, everybody, only 7.5% of you guys that watch this channel are subscribed, and a lot of you guys are returning viewers. So subscribe already. Make sure you turn on all notifications as well so you don't miss a thing. I appreciate you guys. Let's jump back into it. Here's another location that's on a mountainside, which has a beautiful view. I cannot get enough of these, especially if it comes with resources. And this one here comes with our lovely lead extractor. Everyone needs lead. If you're shooting bullets, you need lead. The lead deposits are usually my go-to when it comes to a camp location, especially early on. Either lead or acid would be my preference, but really any material is good. Can't beat free materials, and some are pretty hard to get, especially like oil. This camp location is located right next to Cliff Watch, just north of White Springs Resort, so it's pretty easy to get to, and it's right in the middle of the map, so it'll make fast traveling much cheaper. The next one we have to talk about is this one up here in Toxic Valley. This is another double whammy. It's not the prettiest location, but that's also preference. When it comes to actual resourcefulness, this place is awesome. Not only does it have an acid extractor, over here, it has a fertilizer extractor. Also, check this out. Right over here, you have plenty of room to place tons of water purifiers, at least 6 of them, which can make you a lot of caps. And speaking of caps, Grafton Station is just west of here, which is just a hop and a skip away. And this land is extremely flat, which makes building extremely easy here. Another thing about this location is that you can build in this house, but you have to sacrifice that farther resource, but it's still pretty cool. This is another location which I had my camp at for a very long time. This place is located just by the fissure site, kinda in the Cranberry Bog. I guess it's the Savage Divide, right below Foundation. At the top of the mountain, you have your lead deposit, which you could throw your extractor on there. But before you do that, you're gonna have to build stairs from all the way down here. And I suggest using these stairs instead of the ones that wind back and forth because it gets out of hand. And the reason why you want to build up top and bottom lies in this cave. We have our acid extractor. This thing pumps out acid fairly quick, and acid's kind of hard to get, so it's worth it. And in order to place your camp to where you can put an extractor on both little deposits, you want to aim your camp box somewhere in this location. Keep in mind that you can build 4 stories up and 4 stories down from your camp box. So you want to aim, somewhere in the middle of this mountain. You don't want to put your box at the top or the bottom because it'll limit how much you can actually build on the opposite end. You can even aim for that little ledge right there, but it's up to you. Anyway, place 2 foundations at least and use these stairs to build straight up. Coming to this location without a jetpack makes it a little bit harder to get around. It's just going to take longer to get up and down the mountain. A jetpack really helps. You can really run wild with your imagination here with the height difference in your camp. And there's a cave. Like, how can you beat that? Also, you can build foundations even further into here and pretty much cover your extractor to where it looks nice. And this applies to any extractor. It might take some finagling and working your pieces in, but you can cover any extractor with foundations. That way it's not just some ugly box sticking out of your camp. It actually covered up a little bit to where it looks somewhat decent. And then just moving this foundation over just the slightest bit when you first placed it could change this whole layout. So again, it just takes some playing with. But this is one of the most popular spots. So don't be surprised if you come here and someone's already here. That's the one downside to having 2 resources at your camp. Since they are so well known that there's a good chance that someone will be there. So sometimes it's better to take a camp with only 1 resource, which is why I'm putting a bunch on this list. Let's check out this next one. This is another location that is very beneficial, and it's just downright cool looking. There's a boat and a little teeny pond that you can build around. But most importantly, and the trickiest thing about this place is, you see that little crack right there? That there is a acid deposit. And if you didn't know, you would walk right by this place and have no idea. You can build an extractor on that, which is too freaking cool. This place is located right by the Pleasant Valley station. So you could sell all your goods right there, and you have plenty of space to put water purifiers. You could probably put 10 or more water purifiers in here. So you have plenty of space to capitalize on it. But first we'll throw down the extractor real quick. And there is our acid extractor. Plop it on in there, and look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. And acid is one of the hardest materials to get in the game. There's a very few places you can get it. So having one of these at your camp is huge. This is another spot that you will be fighting for just because it's so daggone cool. You have a waterfall here. Who doesn't like a waterfall? And that is just gorgeous. Or a little river, whatever you want to call it. The industrial water purifiers. These things, I want to say, give you 5 or hold up to 5 per purifier. So you can place as many as you can fit. Of course, you would have to power these with a generator. I'm in a custom world right now, so I could just place these for free. That's the beauty of custom worlds. It's my playground. I had to make this a little cheaper for me. This next location, you can spawn in right at South Cutthroat Camp, right next to Top of the World, and run directly west. This location is way too cool. The reason it made it on the list is not because of a deposit location, but something much bigger in my opinion, right next to this giant tower. But as you get kind of close, you'll start hearing the chirping, and no matter what, every time you log in, there will always be 3 squirrels here. If you equip the Butcher Bounty card, you have an 80% chance to find extra meat. With the squirrel meat that you get, you make tasty squirrel stew, which gives you a 25% XP bonus. It's one of my favorite food buffs in the game. Again, this is right here on the map, just west of Top of the World and South Cutthroat Camp, in the same area as the other ones we have mentioned. This is just a personal favorite that I don't see mentioned too often, and I love squirrels. Squirrels are just downright delicious. Here is another spot that's located in the Savage Divide. This one is extremely helpful, and the reason being is it has a copper deposit. Copper is another junk or material that you don't get too often. They're just not a component to that many items. So having a deposit is awesome. It's fairly easy to get to. This is right here next to Sacrament, right by Palace of the Winding Path. It's a little bit out of the way, but it's a nice secluded area. Most of these trees you can get rid of by placing a camp object or your box in or near them. It's definitely worth checking out. I absolutely love this one. It has a railroad that you could build on and under, so it's pretty unique, and it has a junk pile that you could build an extractor on. This thing gives you pretty much a little of everything, so it's very useful. This cool little spot you could find right next to Morgantown Train Yard, so it's very easy to get to. I love when people use the pre-built areas in Appalachia as their camps. It makes it look like it belongs there, instead of having a giant block of a house. If you guys want to check out the top 5 weapons in Fallout 76 after legacies are gone, click right here. If you want to check out the best explosive launcher in the game, click right here. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more Fallout 76 content. I appreciate everyone watching. Love y'all.